Welcome back to the Fumble Forecast, where we have just two more games before the big one. Who's going to be in it? What did we think about the divisional round? And what do we think about the Super Bowl? Find out more
on the Fumble Forecast. All right, we're back.
Hello, welcome to this week's episode of the Fumble Forecast. I am Mark, as always, your wonderful host with Tom. So, Tom, point the divisional round.
Yeah, the very unfortunate divisional round, honestly.
Yes. Mostly to be expected, except for a couple
Yeah,
of
there weren't any surprises.
except for a couple of games that were rather disappointing. I think.
Oh, disappointing, yes, but there's only one that was actually surprising. But honestly, in hindsight, not even that was surprising. I'm telling you, dude, Josh Allen can't beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. It's a curse. Like, it's not, there's obviously no logic behind what I just said, but he can't do it. And it's not Josh Allen, it's the Bills can't beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. It's impossible.
Yeah. You know what? Wide right, whatever that meme means to you Buffalo fans. I'm sorry. But I just want to say, who's the coach for Bills? Sean McDermott? Is that his name?
Yes, yeah.
Why the fuck did you line up for... Yeah. Why the fuck do you line up for a fake punt and you give the ball to Damar Hamlin?
Because they thought it was going to be like a Make-A-Wish Foundation thing, and they'd just let him go past.
Like, hello?
Yeah, that was so dumb.
You had the game. If you wanted to do the fake punt, that's fine.
Just don't even do a fake punt. Just go for it.
Or that, sure.
And anything but what you did.
And then, what was it? The next time they had the ball. I'm looking at the play-by-play. Yeah, 3rd and 12, right? And you choose to just throw it a Hail Mary pass? Bro!
I don't know if that was really a Hail Mary, but yeah, it was a strange call.
Like, I get it. You want to show that Josh Allen is your Superman.
Well, yes,
you know
there's
what?
no doubt, no disrespect.
And you know what? As a player, he's probably one of the best QBs of this time.
Son, he's fucking amazing. He's like a top 3 quarterback.
You cannot keep putting the game on his back.
No, you can just have a coach that's competent enough to not put in a Damar Hamlin fake punt thinking they're going to get a Make-A-Wish Foundation script from the NFL. They really thought the scriptwriters were going to look out for him on that one.
No, that 3rd and 12, that wasn't what I was thinking of. I was thinking about the play right that would have set them up for the field goal, the play right before the field goal. 3rd and 9.
I just
you had one shot.
It's time for Sean McDermott to lose his job. There's just no exceptions to it. Sean McDermott needs to lose his job, and that's really all there is to it. Until Sean McDermott loses his job, the Bills will never win anything. Move on. Honestly. That's all there is to say about the Bills. Like, that's it. There is nothing else to say about them. Stop with Sean McDermott. He's done. He's gotten you to many AFC championship games and lost every single time. He's done. Get rid of him. It's time to try somebody new. Now, moving on to the 49ers Packers game. I don't even want to talk about the Chiefs Bills. But the 49ers Packers game, I'm going to be honest, the 49ers are looking pretty fucking shaky going into this game against the Lions.
Yeah.
The last game of the season, the last game of the season that they actually played, not the one where they start their scrubs. But the last game of the season, they looked pretty shaky. In this game against the Packers, they looked pretty shaky. I think the Lions are going to win.
I hope so.
I mean, me too, just to shut Deebo Samuel's mouth. But I really think I think the Lions are going to the Super Bowl. And I'm not even saying by the points. Did you know? I think it's 7.5 that they're giving the Lions right now. They think that the 49ers are going to beat them by more than 8 points. Or by more than 7 points. That's just disrespectful.
Yeah, that's pretty disrespectful.
Like, honestly, if the Lions don't come out fired up just because of what the bet makers put down, I'm going to be pissed. How do you disrespect the Lions like that?
And it must be just the whole.
The scriptwriters decided.
Yeah. What a shit show. It would have been so interesting to see the Packers and Lions in the conference championship.
That would have been way better, but I'd have been rooting for the Packers.
I know you would have, but I think
honestly though, straight up, big facts, the Packers winning a single playoff game was pretty cool.
Oh no, absolutely, especially because it was against Dallas.
Yeah, if it was against anybody, it would have been cool, except the Eagles.
Yeah, but
that wouldn't have been cool.
But I think it's extra special because of who they beat.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the Cowboys suck. Everybody knows.
Cowboys do suck.
Yeah, I honestly, these past games, I don't really have anything crazy to say because it's just, it all went exactly as I planned, really.
Mm-hmm.
Except for, I really did think that the Packers would beat the 49ers. Honestly, there were some really weird calls in that game. I feel like they just didn't want the Packers to win.
No.
Well, we got to have Mr. Irrelevant win something because that's just, they want him to be important. They're setting up the good quarterbacks of this generation right now.
As always.
Yeah. And then you had the Texans-Ravens. I have to admit, the Texans didn't get spanked as hard as I expected. 34-10. I was expecting 75-0. So, I mean, better performance than expected. But honestly, I'm still happy with the Texans season. They won a playoff game. That's all I was asking from them.
No, I don't think any Texans fans should be
overjoyed.
Overjoyed. Yeah, exactly about their season. You had a great season. You have a bright future, and honestly, you are Texas's team.
Well, they always were, but yeah. I really do think that next year, depending on how things shake out in the draft, obviously, if they get just a couple more key pieces, I think the Texans are a top Super Bowl contender. I really do. They look really fucking good.
Yeah, everybody should be looking at the Texans.
You mean CJ Stroud? That's who they need to be looking at. Fuck the Texans. It's all about CJ Stroud. Trade the house for him. Give me CJ Stroud right now. I'm literally trading the house in my fantasy league. Like I do a legacy league. I'm getting rid of Tua. I'm getting rid of Justin Herbert. I'm getting CJ Stroud.
Oh shit.
I'm selling the house for this guy. I'm telling you, he's going to be super.
Honestly, pretty smart. Unless he somehow.
Well, I mean, Tua has a Swiss cheese brain at this point. Man's got so many holes in his head, he doesn't even know what way is up.
I don't want to.
And he certainly can't see where his blockers are in front of him so that he can step up in the pocket. He's just blind. Big giant holes in his eyes.
I don't want to talk about the Dolphins. All right.
It was a tundra, Mark. They couldn't help it.
I know. Opium.
Yeah, for real.
Anyway.
And then You go.
Well,
All yours.
I was gonna move on to
Sir.
the conference games.
Oh, I was gonna move on to the Buccaneers Lions. We didn't do them.
Oh, okay.
31-23 Lions, as anticipated. If I'm being completely honest with you, the Buccaneers looked good in this game. I was kind of surprised. I thought that them spanking the Eagles was just going to be a complete anomaly, but they actually put up some points and put up a fight against the Lions. It was pretty strange. But I will point out something that I thought was extremely strange. They're winding down. The Buccaneers have a chance to get the ball. The Lions would be forced to punt. It's 4th down. It's 3rd down, and they spike it. The Buccaneers have a timeout, and there's like 32 seconds left on the clock. They're down by 8. They could theoretically win the game real quick with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Why did they not call their last timeout? It just makes no fucking sense at all. Why would they not call the timeout? They had one. Does that make any sense to you?
No.
Like, I could see if there was 2 seconds left on the clock, right? That would make no sense. Just lose. But yeah. There was like 35 seconds left on the clock. Why are you just throwing? You have a timeout. Like, what are you doing? What are we doing here?
Who knows?
But I will tell you what. Listen, I hate it because I don't like the Buccaneers. As an Eagles fan, there's some serious trauma there from the early 2000s. But they look good. I think they're going to be good next year. We might actually see an NFC South team that's worth talking about. I didn't think it was possible either.
No, they'll regress.
Nah, I don't think so. I really don't. I think they're going to improve. I think they got this. TBH, honestly, with you. All right, so let's move on to the conference championships now. This is what we're all here for. This is what everybody wants to hear about. Where do we want to start here, Marcus? Because I'm happy with either.
Well, let's start earlier in the day, 3 p.m. AFC.
Oh, I got you.
Chiefs in M&T Bank Stadium, Baltimore.
Lamar, bro.
Swear to Christ.
Please end this.
I swear to Christ, Tom.
If you like to talk to tomatoes.
If Mahomes continues to pull out his magic, I'm going to lose it.
No, Lamar, bro, please end this. Yeah, like, we are literally forming a spirit bomb for you here. Every single person in the United States wants you to win. We are all giving you our energy, champ. Every single one of us wants you to go to the Super Bowl. Just please end the Swift nonsense. Please. Oh my
God. Swift nonsense. But I find it really funny that I don't know how it was last year, but the whole meme with these conference games is like everybody in the entire US except Kansas City wants the Ravens to go to the Super Bowl, and everybody in the US except for San Francisco wants the Lions to go to the Super Bowl.
Like, a few years ago, when the Mahomes dynasty was first getting started for his first Super Bowl, he was playing against the Patriots, and everybody wanted the Chiefs to win. And now it's the complete opposite. They are the Patriots now. Get them out of here.
You live long enough, you start to see yourself as a villain.
100%.
I mean, it's not even a Taylor
Lamar,
Swift.
bro.
It's not even a Taylor Swift thing. Like,
please end this. If I have to hear one more Muppet conference this season, I'm going to lose my mind.
It's so...
No more Muppets.
It's such bullshit. It's like... I want him to be punished. I want him to be punished. but he just
Who, the Mahomie?
Yeah, Kermit.
No, I'm fine with Kermit. Hey, I mean, come on, dude. He's the best quarterback in football. He had it down here. Everybody knows he's the best quarterback in football. Shut up. Let the Ravens win. Lamar, bro, please end this. Just, I need Lamar Jackson to win this football game so that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift can have an off season to break up, and then I never have to talk about them together ever again.
Oh, God.
I'm just tired of it. Like, dude, you literally show her on the screen every single time the Chiefs do anything. There have been times, legitimately, where they just throw Taylor Swift on the screen because the Chiefs got a first down. Bro, no one cares. It's just, oh, God. Oh, please, God. Lamar, bro, please end this. We're all rooting for you, Captain Lamerica.
Captain, man.
Get him his shield, man. Yeah. I'm just tired of this.
I mean,
though I will say, I do like that Taylor Swift got into the football because I do like that a whole bunch of young women are becoming interested in football. I like that. But now it's time for her to go. Get off my screen.
All right, now let's actually talk about the game a little bit.
The actual game. Fine, no more memes.
So
I love memes.
So let's start talking some matchups, right? Let's start Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. All right.
Mahomes is a better quarterback. I'm sorry, he is.
He is. But
it doesn't matter.
You think what?
It doesn't matter that he's a better quarterback because he's having a down year. He doesn't have receivers that can catch the fucking ball.
True. He doesn't. But they did show up last week.
They are somehow in the AFC Conference Championship.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with the Bills, man? I just... How? How do you lose? What is wrong with you?
We're in the championship.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Sorry. I had to rewind.
So, with that being said, do you think the Chiefs are going to keep it mixed, or do you think they're going to turn a bit to the run game?
Well, I don't think that they ever left the run game. I mean, the run game is what's making their offense doable right now. You could just, at any moment, the defense has to be afraid that Pacheco's just going to grab that motherfucker and angry toddler run all the way to the end zone. Dude, that man runs like he's about to kill somebody. I never seen somebody run like that. It's scary.
You think the Baltimore defense is going to be scared?
No, no. When I say scared, I mean like they have to keep an eye on him. They can't rush the quarterback because there is the opportunity for Pacheco to get it and take off with it. So they have to scheme around him, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Like, I'm not saying they're scared. Let me make my position on this game extraordinarily clear. I'm thinking something like 32-14 Ravens. I don't think it will even be close. I mean, for every single good team that the Ravens have played against this season, they have like a 24-point differential between them and the other team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at it when they smacked the Lions around earlier in the season. The Lions scored 6 fucking points.
Yeah.
Or when they smacked the 49ers around like someone's redheaded stepchild. I don't think... Let me make my position clear. I don't think that it matters who wins the NFC because the Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl. Like, the NFC team that shows up may as well not even put their uniforms on because they're going to lose to the Ravens. The Ravens are just that good compared to everyone else, which is a shame. And I said this earlier in the season. It's a shame that the Ravens are so good because I don't actually think that the Ravens are all that good. I think that all of the other teams are just worse than they were before. Like, I think we're just having a down season in the NFL across the board.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think that The Ravens are the least impressive superstar team that I've ever seen. So yeah, there's that.
All right.
What did I say? 35-14?
Yes, I think you said 30,
something like that.
14.
30 what?
32.
32. Yeah, I'm going 35-14.
Okay.
Maybe 35-21, maybe.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Put your bets in right now.
Yep, do it. I promise I'll pay you back if you lose. That's how confident I am. I'm just kidding. Please, for the love of fucking Christ, don't take that seriously.
Anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to say about the Chiefs-Ravens game?
I think Pacheco is going to have a monster game, but it's just not going to be enough. And I think that Mahomes is going to get injured.
Okay.
Those are my two wild card picks. I really do think that Mahomes is going to get smacked so that they have an excuse of why they lost. And that's going to be that. Alrighty. So moving on.
6:30 p.m. Levi Stadium.
I got something I really want to talk about, so I'm excited.
Detroit in San Francisco, home of the Niners. Tom.
And Detroit wins.
Well, we both want that. Okay.
No, I think that's what will happen, not what I want to happen.
No, understandable.
Though it is also what I want to happen.
Well, what's this special thing you want to say?
No. After we're done talking about this, there's some Eagles stuff I want to talk about.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
What to say about this game?
The Lions will win. That's what we say about this.
No, I know.
Dude, seriously, the amount of disrespect they're giving to the Lions going into this game against the 49ers is so ridiculously absurd to me that I don't know where to start. A 7.5 point balance to the Lions? You really think that the 49ers are going to club them that hard? It might be one of the biggest point spreads in NFC Championship history. This is insane. They think the Lions are going to get killed by the 49ers. And I just don't see it, to be honest with you, because Debo didn't even practice. So they're already down Debo. He has a shoulder injury. So I don't know.
He might play this weekend.
Yeah, no. He's questionable. But he does have an injury. He'd be playing injured. He has a shoulder injury.
Should lay him out again.
Yeah, hit him right in the shoulder. I'm supportive of this. I hate that motherfucker. But I actually hit him right in the mouth. That's where you need to really give him the hit.
Take away his ability to speak.
Yeah, just get the tongue out of there. And honestly, take his thumbs away too. I don't want to see it on Twitter either. But no, in all seriousness, I don't hope anybody gets their head ripped off. And I think that the Lions will win. I think it will be extremely close. I'm thinking the Lions win by 1 or 2 points. And the Lions defense shuts the 49ers offense down at the very end of the game to walk away with a 2-point victory before the 49ers can get into field goal range.
All of this before the refs rigged the game.
No, that's after, too. Dude, by the way, speaking of the refs, let's jump back to the Chiefs-Ravens game. Did you see who they announced is going to be the head ref?
No.
So I don't know the motherfucker's name, but he actually has the lowest home team win percentage of any referee in NFL history. The away team almost always wins when he is the ref. It's actually insane, the data on it. The away team, when he's the coach, has a 60% win rate, where the NFL average is it's like a 45-47% chance. So pretty much a coin flip is the average in the NFL. But he specifically has a trend towards favoring the away team. Just saying.
I love it.
I'm just throwing that out there. Could be complete balderdash and a coincidence, but it's quite a large amount of data that we're talking about here.
Fucking refs.
Yeah. Dude, oh my god, I forgot to tell you this. The other day we were watching the Packers 49ers, right? And we're watching it, and there's little refs on the screen because they're lining up for a play. And Lumpy jumps up after a penalty is thrown and smacks the fuck out of one of the refs on the screen. And I go, yeah, we hate the refs, Lumpy. Lumpy's my cat, by the way, for those of you who don't know.
Oh, smart kitty.
She just jumped up and smacked the shit out of the ref. I was like, if only.
Yeah.
So what serious things do we want to talk about in the Lions and 49ers? I think that the 49ers have a positive matchup in this game. I know that sounds very strange and crazy and wild, but I think that the 49ers do have the matchup everywhere except one key position. Quarterback. Don't care what anybody says. Brock Purdy is still Mr. Irrelevant. And every single time he doesn't have 4 Pro Bowl receivers to throw the ball to, they lose. If they're even missing one of them, they lose every time. So I have zero faith in the 49ers. No, not zero. I think this to me is a total coin flip game. But I think that the differences at quarterback specifically are favoring the Lions, and I think it's going to come down to a shootout, and therefore I think the Lions are going to win. But I think it's going to be a fantastic game. Like, that's definitely the game to watch to me.
Yeah, I think so. Like in the Chiefs Ravens games, it's going to be the Chiefs. It's going to be the Chiefs getting spanked.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Well, no, they're going to get spanked. Mahomes will scramble out of the pocket, as he always does.
Oh God, Mark!
I think they actually
stop. My knuckles hurt.
I think they actually grease him up so he can't be sacked. Okay.
Yeah, and he really hasn't gotten hit much this season, from what I've seen.
And then the ref will look and see that in his personal script, oh, the Chiefs are the away team, must win.
I don't think it's that crazy, but I don't think you're wrong. But I think the Ravens are going to win, and I think they're going to clobber them, like I said, 35-14. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, what do you think what's your prediction for the score for the Lions-49ers game?
Ooh. I think it's going to combine for at least 40, I want to say 42 plus.
You're more optimistic than I am.
I think it's going to be 28-21 Lions.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not with you on that one. That's I actually think it's going to be like 20-17 or something like that. Lions. I think this is going to be a ridiculously low scoring affair. And I think Jared Goff is going to get sacked so many fucking times he goes blind. But I do think that the Lions will win either way. So I think we both have the same picks, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we're looking at a Lions-Ravens Super Bowl. You heard it here first. And you know what? I went and looked at my predictions. You remember that big spreadsheet that I made at the beginning of the season?
Yeah.
I got to admit, I fucking nailed it. Like, dude, just across the board. I nailed it, except the NFC South. For some reason, I thought the Saints would do well. but I absolutely knocked it out of the park. I picked every single division winner correctly except one.
Yeah.
Or sorry, two. I got two wrong. But I got the win totals almost completely correct. And that's why I'm the bomb. So are you ready, Mark, to move into the weekly Eagles rants?
Yes, yes.
So we got some news, folks.
This is gonna be Tom's show from here
ding,
on.
Ding 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 ding. Breaking news. The Eagles have gone ahead and picked up Vic Fangio as their defensive coordinator. Mark, how are you feeling about that? Previous Dolphins defensive coordinator, now the Eagles defensive coordinator.
I'm not very happy.
But you're not upset?
No, like, I mean, I just want someone to come in and fix the tackling situation. And if he can do that, fine. Like, the scheme
I think
under
he can do that.
The scheme under Sean Desai was a little porous for my liking. It let up a little too many points. Okay. But
porous.
But I think that he had a good game plan. The offense was still winning at the very least. So if Vic Fangio comes in, tightens things up, I think we're looking pretty good. Now the question will be whether or not he can. He's an old man. To be fair, he's an old man. He's the father of some sort of scheme, right?
Oh, no. I just said he's really good at being an X's and O's kind of guy.
No, but I think I read somewhere that he was literally like the guy who created this certain defensive scheme.
And I mean, I don't know off the top of my head.
Anyway, like, people have had time to study him. And I mean, we need to see what our defensive lineup's going to look like. Who stays, who goes. Obviously, if we could get a superstar in the backfield, like the Dolphins had with Jalen Ramsey.
He runs a 2 deep. Is that what you're talking about? A 2 deep scheme?
I guess so. I guess that was.
The 2 high is what it's called.
I'm sad to see him go as a Dolphin, even though Dolphins players are happy to see him go. I guess
yeah, it's because he's too mean. They don't like that anymore.
But as long as he comes in and fixes tackling, I could care less. Tom?
What?
Your thoughts?
Oh, on Vic Fangio. I think that Vic Fangio was really good at teaching other coaches how to do what he knew. And he did a lot of really good shit with the Broncos and is riding the coattails of success from 2016 and has done absolutely nothing worthy of note since then. That being said, I think he's going to be great for the Eagles. I'm just unhappy about it. Because I think that he brings fundamentals pretty much back to the team. He knows what he's doing. He's a very well-established coach. He might be the single most influential defensive coordinator since like 2000. Since Jimmy Johnson, Vic Fangio might be the best defensive mind in football since Jimmy Johnson. And I think he brings a lot to the table. I think he's another one. I said this about Ron Rivera possibly being hired as well. I think they've taken a loaded gun, a Glock, if you will, and put it directly against Nick Sirianni's head. And they're saying, if you fuck up a little bit, he's your replacement. Fuck you. So I think they're adding a lot of unnecessary pressure. And you know what? I wanna say this before we even continue talking about the coordinator positions and the future of the Eagles franchise. I think that if they're going to make a huge mistake here with the coaching staff, because I don't think that the team is going to be that good next season. I think we're looking at maybe a 10-win team sneaks in through a wild card slot kind of situation. I don't think they're Super Bowl bound next season at all. But I will tell you that I think it's unfair to Nick Sirianni to not give him either. Here are the two options I see. You give him at least 2 years to get everything fixed, or you fire him now. Because if you give him this one season to get everything together, nobody is going to be able to do that. That's just not a thing. Don't waste your time. You're wasting everyone's time, and you're making his career look worse for ending it on such a bad note, and he won't get hired anywhere else, and you're fucking him. And that's not okay. But I will say, stability at coaching is extraordinarily important. There aren't teams that go to the Super Bowl with 2 first-time coordinators, or like the first year of having 2 new coordinators. No team goes to the Super Bowl under those conditions, or at the very least, extraordinarily rare. However, teams that have good coordinators for a couple years do go to Super Bowls. And if you keep them for even more years, that's how you create a dynasty of Super Bowls. That's how you win many Super Bowls. So it's just kind of the situation where it's like, if they're not going to give him at least 2 years to figure it out with brand new coordinators, there's no point. Just fire him now. Though I do think that they should give him 2 years with new coordinators, because the thing is, it didn't matter who they were bringing in as coordinator this upcoming season. They were going to have 2 new coordinators anyway. It's not going to look good. Or at least it's very unlikely that it will look good. They might sneak into the playoffs still. Honestly, they might even make a run. But I would be... I'm about to get my Philadelphia card taken away from me. I would be willing to bet that next season the Eagles will not win the Super Bowl. I think the odds are definitely in my favor that they would not win the Super Bowl. They might make it. I don't know. Sometimes crazy stuff happens. But I don't think they're going to win a Super Bowl next season. It's not going to happen.
And I just got a text from your dad. Your card has been revoked.
He said foreskin revoked.
Oh, Lord.
But no, in all seriousness, I think they're doing a disservice to everybody by not giving Nick at least 2 more years or firing him straight up. Either option would have been acceptable for me, though I do think that he has earned at least another year or 2 as the head coach. I mean, he literally has not missed the playoffs even one season that he's been a head coach for us. So, whatever. And I think that Vic Fangio brings an old school style to our defense. He's one of those guys who is he's going to make them actually tackle each other in pads during practice. He's not going to... He's an old school guy. He's not one of those new age kooky men who just let them chill out on the practice field. And I think that because of that, they're probably going to do better than they did this past season. But I actually didn't hate Sean Desai and think that they should have brought him back for another season. I know, you can kill me whenever you want. Don't care. He really wasn't that bad, and you saw that he wasn't that bad. The second that they removed him from his position, everything exploded and got worse. Like, if you look at when he was removed from the defensive coordinator position, they then lost 6 of their next 7, and then lost in the wild card round of the playoffs. So if that doesn't tell you that Sean Desai was doing a good job, I don't know what does, quite frankly. They were winning when he was there. They started losing the second he wasn't. Seems pretty obvious to me. But, Eagles fans aren't good at that. I'm one of them. Don't hate me. I am an Eagles fan, and I am in Philadelphia. Don't hate me. So I just want to throw it out there. I wanted Glenn Schumann as the defensive coordinator. He's the defensive mind behind Georgia. And since we are now the Georgia-Delphia Bull Eagles, I think it would have been an easy slam dunk since he already has a relationship with half of our defense. Just seemed like an obvious pick to me. I don't know why they didn't go for that, but he might have just not even been open to interviews. Who knows? But I will forever remain disappointed until Glenn Schumann finally moves to the NFL, becomes a superstar, and gets the Cowboys to the Super Bowl multiple times, and I sit here and tell everyone, I told you so. So now, let's move on to the offensive coordinator. So, Mark, there's two big names that are out there for the offensive coordinator that the Eagles have interviewed so far that I've seen, and that's Cliff Kingsbury and Kellen Moore. Now, Marky, you're very familiar with Kellen Moore's work. Let me ask you a quick question, Mark. How would you feel if I told you that the person who coached and called the plays for Justin Herbert this past season was coaching and calling the plays for Jalen Hurts this upcoming season? Would that make you feel comfortable and safe and happy?
No.
No, of course it wouldn't. And that's exactly why we shouldn't hire Kellen Moore. All you need is to go and look at the Chargers since he started working there. It's not pretty. He can't teach a wide receiver how to catch a ball. He can't put a wide receiver in a position where they can catch a ball. He can't make a young quarterback good. He's just not a very good offensive coordinator, in my opinion. Cliff Kingsbury, however, has head coach experience. He's really good at that air raid style offense that the Eagles obviously want to run. He comes from the Shanahan tree, and he's what I would refer to as a very good X's and O's style coach, which is something that I really enjoy. I like schemes that are complex. And coming from the Shanahan tree, you know that the schemes are going to be complex. I think that he would be the best option. I am a strong Cliff Kingsbury proponent. I think he did an okay job as the head coach of Arizona, but he had a super drama queen quarterback, and it just didn't work out for him. So he's my pick for offensive coordinator of the Philadelphia Eagles. Mark, do you have a favorite pick?
I haven't really seen a lot of the talk. I had seen that Cliff Kingsbury was being interviewed. And so I don't know. I don't know who's available. I don't know.
Everyone is available.
Sure. Everybody's available. But you know what I mean. So as far as the OC goes, like, if you can just make it more complex, if you can, actually run the fucking ball without using Hurts. And I know we like Hurts. I know he's a good runner, but we also got DeAndre Swift.
No, the Eagles are definitely going to pick up a new running back in the offseason. There's no chance he's our starter.
You think so?
No chance. No way.
That's rather upsetting.
Yeah, no. Well, no, I think he'll still be on the team. I think that the Eagles are just going to really focus on improving the running back position, which is a good thing. Like, I think they might pick up like a Saquon Barkley, to be honest with you, or a Derrick Henry. The thing is, I'm not sure that they're willing to shell out the money for the running back position, which is what those two guys would want. And honestly, in the free markets right now, or the free agent market right now, those are the only two that I would actually want. So, yeah. Derrick Henry would be my pick between those two, though. I think, honestly, I think Saquon Barkley was an extraordinary athlete when he first came into the NFL, but I think that he has since been left in the fryer a little bit too long, if you know what I'm saying. The dude literally tears an ACL every season at this point. Like, he's cooked. He's done. Over easy. He is a fried egg. But yeah, I honestly, for OC, I'll take anybody but Kellen Moore. Please, God, not Kellen Moore. Please, no. Please, for the love of fucking Christ, no. Please, God, no. Please, no.
Can we have someone that doesn't fucking suck?
Like, I'm happy to suck some cock live on the podcast if he turns out to be an amazing coordinator for the Eagles, but I don't see it happening. I think he's going to have the exact same set of struggles that he had with Justin Herbert and the Chargers. He could overcome them then, and I don't think he'll learn how to overcome them now. Like, why the fuck are we picking up coaches from teams that had 5 wins? That doesn't make any sense. Go ask the Packers who their coordinators are. Go get them. Oh, man. Why can we never have anything nice?
Yeah, you know.
I'm so upset. I'm angry. But yeah, and then looking forward into the draft, there's the mock drafts are already starting to come out, Marcus. There's a couple of things stick out to me, and I think they're going to be right about this, but I really wish that they weren't. All of the mocks are predicting that the Bears, with the first pick overall in the draft, will select a quarterback. I really think that Justin Fields did not get a real shot. I would love to see him get traded to a team that actually has an offense, actually has coordinators, actually wants to give him a chance to succeed. But quite frankly, I don't think that the Bears had any interest in having him succeed, any interest in putting him in a position where he could pretend that he was succeeding, or any position in giving him weapons that could help him succeed. I think they just fucking hate the guy, to be honest with you. You know what I think? Fire Robert Saleh, Justin Fields to the Jets.
I mean, that's not going to happen.
How has Saleh still got a job?
I don't know.
How does he still have a job? I've never seen somebody bungle personnel as hard as he did in this season and still have a job. Salad fingers.
Who knows? Like, maybe he'll get fired later on in the offseason.
No, that motherfucker has blackmail on the owner, I'm telling you. He's got some photographs of stuff that the owner doesn't want him to have. Because there's no other explanation here.
Yeah.
Just pay the guy for his silence and get him out of there. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want to see the Jets succeed a little. It's been like 70 years. Yeah, Mark, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to get to a point where I'm just like, why are the Jets a franchise? Who the fuck roots for the Jets? Where are the Jets fans? Who is buying their merchandise?
Every season they manage to scrounge up new innocent fans.
It's like a rake.
Yeah.
They're getting raked.
Every season they get new fans who don't know anything about the Jets and their history.
New, young, fresh, innocent minds. And they hypnotize them with the promise of Aaron Rodgers and then give them Zach Wilson.
No, come on. We're not gonna. Are we gonna dig on Wilson?
I love Zach Wilson. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's another one I don't think got a fair shake. Fire salad fingers.
Nah, he really didn't.
Hire salad fingers. His coach hated him. Like, personally hated him.
Yeah, that was...
It's just like, dude, come the fuck on, man. Dude, I gotta say, though, Zach Wilson is such a fucking baller just because he nutted up and said, no, I'm not gonna play. Fuck you. That's, premium. That's the kind of sassy shit I want to see from my quarterbacks.
All right. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think I'm good. Zach Wilson to the Saints, and then they'll. That's what I want. But I think we're done. I mean, this is a little bit shorter than normal because we're not covering much more than news at this point. But I don't think I got it. Do you have anything else? Oh yeah, Eagles need to draft Kool-Aid McKinstry and Jeremiah Trotter Jr. I'm gonna say it every single time. And also, keep in mind, guys, the Super Bowl, post-Super Bowl podcast is going to be the last one until the draft. So, probably. I mean, unless I do a solo NBA podcast, I guess.
Unless we think of something interesting to do.
Yeah, well, then we'll do it, of course. It'll just turn into Clowns After Dark instead. But yeah. So, have a nice night, everybody. Remember, we love each and every single one of you. And always... subscribe or follow anywhere that you get your podcasts. So yeah, that's it for the Fumble Forecast. Have a nice night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.